This is MC Alfie.
Everybody, we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show the incredibly talented Paul Logan and Vernon Wells. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I love that. So we haven't done too many of these dual ones, but I knew we could do it, so I thought it would be a lot of fun. Before we get started, let me introduce you to my cool, outrageous co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hey, fellas. I know we're going to have a great time today because you two guys are super cool.
Oh, thank you. Well,
and,
thank you.
And we've got the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Vernon, Paul, welcome to the show, fellas.
Thank you, Paul.
And
Good to have you.
Oh, and look at Paul. He's doing a Coke commercial. There you go.
Adventures commercial.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
My mouth is so dry.
Mine's as big as yours. Look.
so we have a chat room full of people. Say hey to everybody in the chat room.
Hey, everybody.
How you guys doing?
And so Vernon already told us that he's calling us from Santa Monica. Where are you, Paul?
I'm in Los Angeles, Woodland Hills.
Okay.
I used to live in Woodland Hills. By the way, for our radio listeners, when I said to Paul, mine's as big as yours, I was referring to the cup I drink my iced tea out of.
Sure you were.
Yeah.
Get your minds out of the masturbation mode and come back to where we are, folks.
Yeah, because Paul, like, you have a lot of female and male admirers. Your press release got tons and tons of hits. Vernon, yours did too. I don't know if it was because you weren't shirtless on the cover of your picture that I did for you, so I don't know. Yours just got a lot of hits because you're Vernon Wells. Paul, you're Paul Logan, but you're also like got that body of death. So
Are
I'm
you
sure
kidding?
that's why you were
Paul
getting
and
it.
I have been friends for years on Facebook. I don't know that you know that. Do you know that,
Yeah.
Paul? Yeah.
I did know that, yeah.
And of late, the body, what'd you do, blow up? I mean, what, you put helium in the body?
I just, I'm always trying to stay on top of my game, trying to be as, in the best shape I can, as far as being as big as I can, as, cut as I can, and I just train a lot. I eat pretty well. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any drugs, never done any anabolics or any of that crap, but can I say crap? What are our rules here? Should we PG?
Whatever you want.
Paul, I've been following you for as long as we're friends on Facebook, which might be many, many years. And I've watched you build up body-wise and your career. And 2 weeks ago, you were talking about making a movie. You were all excited about that. And then you showed us some scenes of the movie, I believe, where you were kind of fighting with guys near a Jeep or something in a bomb-out situation. Looked very interesting. So tell us about the movie that you were carrying on about. I want to know.
It's The Horde, which came out May 6th. It's it's an action horror movie. It's the first one that I wrote, produced, and started. I wore a lot of hats in this one, as well as doing all the fight choreography. And it was great because I got the freedom to, work with who I wanted, to bring in who I wanted, and to have it really come out the way I wanted. And we put together an amazing team. The girls at 313 Films, they funded the movie, and with their production company and my production company, Razor's Edge Productions, we did The Horde, and I brought in a bunch of people, and Vernon was one of them that I called up and asked him to take a look at the script, and he was nice enough to actually, A, like it, and B, want to come and play with us, and he killed it. No pun intended. Vernon was amazing.
Surprising a time for you making 36 movies in a minute.
No, in 3 years.
Well, 3 years, 36 movies. Not even Betty Davis did that record. Come on. And she made more freaking films than anybody I knew. But that's a lot of movie stars. I don't give a shit if you come on for 1 minute, one-liners. That's a lot of places to be and a lot of work to do.
I love it. So here's what I want to do.
films?
Here's what I want to do, because we're going to promo, and Chad, I think we even have a preview, right? We have a trailer I pulled off of YouTube that we're going to play for people during this interview so people can see it. But first I want to give some props, because, first of all, okay, I'm a horror movie buff, really, really big time. I used to be a celebrity clothing designer, so I've dressed everybody, like all the majors, like, Pinhead and Doug Bradley and Bill Moseley, who I know is in this film, and he's been on the show, and Vernon, I didn't know that you were in the Power Rangers, and I'm so stupid. I love the Power Rangers. A good friend of mine, Serena Vincent, was the Yellow Ranger at one time, and so I used to watch all those. So I didn't know you were on there, but just to give some little credits and past history of some of the great stuff you guys have done, because first of all, you both have done a few cheesy horror movies, and I say that with all the love in the world because I love cheesy horror movies. So Vernon's got Cowboys versus Dinosaurs with Eric Roberts, and you have Mega Piranha with Tiffany, who follows me on Twitter. So I'm trying to get her on here now. and Barry Williams, and you also have Vampire in Vegas with Tony Todd, and Komodo versus Cobra.
Tony Todd's a good friend.
Yeah, Tony Todd's a pretty good friend of ours.
Love Tony Todd.
And so I love those movies. Like, I think those movies are so much fun, and I'm so happy to see them getting distribution. And Paul, congratulations on you, because I see, like, the first few films you did, you know, you were like the 8th or 9th or 10th cast member. Now all the films you're doing, you're like the #1 guy. So, like, congratulations on that, and the fact that the career is going so good. But I love those cheesy horror movies, of which I've seen a whole bunch of them. So now you guys have the Horde, and I have to say you've put together a really impressive cast of just actors, because they're not all horror movie actors. Some of the names I want to, besides Paul Logan and Vernon Wells, which I have to say I didn't see the movie. I saw the trailer. They sent me the link for it, but it expired because we were in Palm Springs, so I didn't see it. But congratulations, because I did read that it was like number 10 on iTunes.
Yeah, so fortunate with that. I mean, after 5 days, we were number 10 new and noteworthy on iTunes, and that was just, again, a testament to all the hard work that everybody put in, and the performances, and the people, pre-production, production, post-production, and, you know, getting it out there. I'm so happy.
And it's not, and this one, you guys, when I was saying cheesy movies before, this was actually not cheesy at all. Just from the previews, and I read all the reviews that were up, like, on all the different horror websites and stuff, and everybody was really giving it really good reviews. And some of the other people, just so everybody kind of gets more enticed to go see it, besides Paul and Vernon, we've got Costas Mandylor, Bill Moseley, which, I mean, he's like an icon in the horror movie industry. Matthew Willig, who I recognize him, but I don't play football. I'm not a football player, but he's like a retired NFL football player who seems to be making a ton of movies.
Yeah.
So it's got a really cool. It's also got Tiffany Brower, and she, if you guys saw American Horror Story, she was on American Horror Story. She was in that movie The Help, and she was a cast regular on South Beach. And Nestor Serrano, which everybody like knows him. You might not know his name, but you know his face, because he's from Revenge and Banshee and Graceland and Beverly Hills 90210. I mean, he's just got great credits. So you really put together like an A-list cast. Now, I know who you play, Paul, because, like, I watched the trailer. But Vernon, I don't know. Are you like the good guy, the bad guy? Are we allowed to say, or tell us what you do?
No, don't tell. Don't tell.
Well, tell us a little bit.
You got to find out.
You got to tell us a little bit.
No, that's the cookie. Once you
Actually, my role was an extras role originally, according to Paul. When he gave me the script, he said, "These are the roles you can't have. These are the roles you can." And I read the script, and I rang him up, and I said, "I want to play this certain role." And he went, No. That's an extras role. It's just he's a walk-on. There's nothing in it. And I said, "Well, that's really cool, but that's the role I want to play." And he went, "You realize I have to rewrite the script, right?" And I went, "So what are you waiting for?"
There you go.
So I got my wish.
Yeah, it was great. His character, Earl, who let me start by saying the movie is kind of a cross between The Hills Have Eyes and Rambo. And the reason that I wrote the script was because I wanted to do an action film or an action horror. And I watched so many horror films, and they're all the same. It's a bunch of kids. They go into the woods. The killer or the killers hunt them down one at a time. You've seen it a million times, but you've seen it a million times because that's what the horror audience wants, expects, and enjoys. So I said, what would happen if you had the same scenario, a bunch of kids off in the woods on a nature photography trip with their teacher, who is, you know, my fiance. Bunch of Hills Have Eyes, cannibalistic, mutant, just evil people hunting them down. But one person in the kids group is ex-special forces, is a Navy SEAL who could fight back and turn the hunters into the hunted. So that's kind of the whole premise of this. So you have all the boo scares and gore of a horror film, but when the guy comes at me with the axe or the machete, it turns into this really cool action sequence. So you've got the best of both worlds. And Vernon's character, when I wrote the script, is kind of this group's like butcher. He's like it's Earl the Butcher, and he kind of is the one that, you know, cuts up the people and like makes them, you know, the meat for this group.
Yes, he's giving the whole thing.
No, he's not. It's a long.
Trust me, there's a lot there. But yeah, so that's Vernon's character. And when I wrote it, though, he didn't say a word. You know, he was silent, which I thought was be really, really creepy, and just this, you know, guy who's silent throughout all this horrific acts. And then Vernon said he wanted to play that. I'm like, wait, I got Vernon. I'm not gonna like have him silent. You know, give me a day, and wrote this dialogue, and it's some of the best stuff in the movie. I mean, Vernon's delivery of this is just ridiculously creepy and authentic and real and visceral and scary as shit.
Everyone like me There's no question about it. There's not an actor in the world that doesn't love to play mean. As Joan Collins said, everyone loves to play a bitch, and she did it very well.
Actually, too, though, you got to know anybody who doesn't. If you're not familiar with Vernon Wells, you are familiar. You just don't know it's him because he doesn't look the same as he did when he was in Mad Max 2, and he was that bald dude on the car chasing after Mel Gibson through the film. And
I remember.
And that was like the most amazing. I mean, that's such a cult. Literally, like it's such a cult iconic. And I have to tell you too, Vernon, you won't remember. I was a wee lad, but the very first autograph convention that I ever went to was Screamfest in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and it was their very first one, and you were a guest at it. It's Spooky Empire. It was called Spooky Empire Screamfest, something like that, and it was in Fort Lauderdale, and that was where I kind of fell into I was a clothing designer, and that's how I started dressing all the horror movie people. I would go to these conventions, but I actually paid like $25 or something, to have an autographed picture of you in my autograph book because you were such an iconic character. Now that I get them for free, I'm lucky. But back then I had to pay before we had 4 million viewers. But like we met you, and you were such a cool guy, and I'm talking about like this is a long time ago because neither one of us had any gray hair.
That's what I was going to say. You expect Vernon to remember far back when you were a wee boy?
I was like in my 20s probably. But anyway, it was a lot of fun, and you were really cool, and that kind of like has always kind of like made my whole like horror movie thing is that you can go to these conventions and you can meet, and 99% of all the actors who star in these films are really cool, and they're not like assholey like they are maybe in some of the other genres of films. So because horror movie actors are very loyal to the fan base, and the fan base is very loyal to the horror movie actor, and I'm sure that's why the film is doing so well. You have iconic people. I'm sure it's a great film. I'm going to actually download it tonight so I can watch it. I think it's fantastic. And so I had to bring that whole thing in there, though, that we met before. But also, you said Hills Have Eyes meets Rambo, and when I saw the preview, Hills Have Eyes was my second thing that came to mind, and the Rambo definitely comes to my mind because you're like such a guy who looks like you could really fuck people up. But I think that I had thought Wrong Turn for some reason. As soon as I saw the preview, I thought Wrong Turn. I don't know if you've seen those.
I've never seen those movies. Yeah, but I've heard that they have it. Same thing, kind of like cannibalistic hillbilly type people. But again, nobody fights back, and that was the whole twist to this one: is having someone who can fight back and do it well. And like you were saying about the cheesy horror films. That's what I wanted this not to be. I wanted this to be real and visceral. Kind of like when Michael Bay redid The Hills Have Eyes or Texas Chainsaw. It was that just real, visceral, guttural, scare fest. And that's what I wanted with this. I wanted when people were scared, they were scared. It wasn't a bunch of kids in the woods running through scared, which gives you that cheese factor. And
so it's the first time. I watch every horror movie that comes out, whether everything that I don't know. I watch all of them, and 80% of them aren't any good, but I like them because I like the people in them. But I have never seen one where they actually is somebody who can fight back. I mean, obviously they all try to fight. The little wimpy people try to fight, but there's never been one where you actually got the guy who can kick your ass fighting back. And so kind of like in a way you've set a new bar and a new idea that has not been done yet. So you're like the first one.
Okay, now you've got a bunch of women out there and some gay men who are drooling and dying and want to know the details about you two. Now, Paul, you look like a very dear friend of mine from the 1950s. His name was George Nader. Are you familiar with the actor George Nader?
Actually, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, George was a good buddy of mine with Rock Hudson. There was that whole crowd, all closet queens, all closet gays.
He's not saying that you look like a closet queen.
No. But are you Greek? No, George Nader was Greek. Are you Greek?
I'm not. I'm a mutt. My dad's side is a little.
You look.
Yeah, I am. It's Polish, Czechoslovakian, German, and Russian on my dad's side. My mom's side is a little English and French, so I'm kind of like the United Nations.
But if I were to cast you, I would cast you as a gladiator or as a Grecian person. You would very well fit in that part of Hollywood. Now, Vernon, what's your deal? You have a very middle-aged, handsome look. I bet the broads, go crazy for you.
Yes, sometimes. I guess it's the accent more than anything that gets them turned on.
The accent, yes, the accent.
No, rugged faces. Pretty boys like Tyrone Power or even myself, women like to be friends with. They don't necessarily want to get laid the minute they meet you. But when you're rugged looking and you have big muscles, women want to get laid immediately, and that's all they're thinking about is, when is this jerk going to take me home and bang the hell out of me? Now, it's true.
I'm sorry, Paul. Did we miss that on the set?
No.
Yeah. We were busy like dealing with blood and guts and kicking ass, so we missed out on that. So now we'll have the fruits of our labor.
Listen, boys, when you go to a club and there's a gorgeous body of death, blonde with big knockers, great ass, fabulous legs, and she turns around and starts licking her lips and looking at you, smiling, what do? Go home?
No.
You grab her and you take her home. So what?
Exactly.
So what do you think? Women are any different? When women see a hunky built guy that's handsome and rugged, they're thinking, this one's mine.
Actually, too, your co-star or I think, is it Tiffany who plays your girlfriend?
Yes. Yeah, Tiffany Brower played Selena. Yep.
She's smoking hot. I mean, I'm gay, but like she's smoking hot without a doubt.
We're gay, but we're not dead.
Yeah, we're gay, but we're.
She's beautiful. Yes, and you know what? Great girl, great actress, and she really brought what I wanted for the character, as because this whole thing, like I said, is an action and a horror, but I kind of wrapped it up in a love story too. It shows what the lengths that this guy will go through to save her and to save the kids, because he's given up being a SEAL at the beginning, to marry her, and at the beginning of the movie, he's packing up to go with him. He's packing his Beretta, and she's like, what are you doing? We're not going to take out ISIS. You're not that guy anymore. That hits home with the character. He says, okay, he leaves the gun there. And halfway through the movie, when all hell breaks loose, he has to become that guy again to save everybody. So he has to come full circle. So that, and it, just to show what this guy will go through, this buzzsaw of these, horrific people to save her and to save these kids.
So
okay, but I didn't finish. You
gotta talk there.
No, I'm talking to you, Jim. Pain in my fucking ass he is. Anyway, listen, guys, I'm going to ask you individually. Paul, do you have a girl?
Yeah. No, I'm single.
You're single. Girl, wait, a bunch of vibrators just went on all over America.
So did mine. Mine's going off right now.
I'm telling you, women they went to the kitchen drawer, grabbed those vibrators.
No, I'm not kidding you. Like, there's all these people in the chat room.
They're dying. Women.
Like, is he married? I can't imagine what his abs look like under that shirt.
No, wait. He's going to take his shirt off for us. Because these women now, these women are in their kitchen vibrating, their eyes are rolling in their heads, and they're looking at a T-shirt. Paul's got to give them some flesh. Paul, you got to do it. You got a fan base out there of a bunch of horny, nasty,
look at that. There you go.
cougar women.
Hey, Ginger, oh my God, they're going, oh my God, there's like 10 more women just.
Okay, there you go. There we go. Look, I take your pants down, we'll get 100 people. Listen, I mean, we do.
No, you lose all. No, I do that. You lose all the listeners right then.
We do.
No, smoke and mirrors.
We do.
Smoke and mirrors.
We do anything for ratings. Now let's go, Vernon.
Yes. Single,
married, or what? Or searching?
I've been married to a wonderful lady for the last 23 years.
Good for you.
I want you to know, I'm not the faggot that runs around with a dog.
I can't hear a word you're saying. You've gone away.
The dog is on top of the microphone.
Yeah.
Oh.
This dog.
Yeah.
We rescued her, and she likes to be with us.
Yeah.
I got my mom's dog over here right behind me, and my dog's running around somewhere over here.
What's your other dog? We also have a mastiff. We have a mastiff and this little dog.
Oh, put Brandy on the floor.
Mom's dog is this little guy here.
He's sleeping. Yeah. She was sleeping too.
That's fine.
Let me get back to Vernon. So Vernon, you have a lovely wife, married. How many children?
No.
No children. Smart.
I married a young child, so I'm fine.
No, but you're smart not to have children, because when they
Did you hear what he said? He married a young child.
Well, I heard that. I just wasn't going to comment on it because I married Jimmy. He's about 25 years younger than me. So I'm not going to get my ass involved in that conversation. But
our listeners are saying even the dogs are excited about you two guys.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You know, it's a sexual world, and people that are not sexual are missing out on everything.
Do you take your wife with you then, Vernon, when you go on shoots? Do you get to take her with you?
Sometimes she, if she can come, she's got an incredibly successful business that she owns, or the two of us own, And unfortunately, especially now, she's sort of working 24/7, so she doesn't get to come. When I head off to Australia at the end of next month, it will actually be the second time in our 23 years of marriage that I won't be home for our anniversary, and she's rather pissed about it.
I don't blame her.
You have to do something special over.
Hey, what's her name?
Grace?
Hey, Grace.
Grace, be pissed off. I'll give you the frying pan to hit him right in his ass. He's not to be around for the anniversary. What do you think? There's no guarantee he's going to be around ever. So you got to do what you got to do. And it's you go with your wife, Vernon.
I would take her everywhere I go. She just unfortunately can't go with me. But
well, change the schedule. Tell them to change the shoot. Doesn't work for
that's
you.
pretty funny. So here's what we're going to do real quick. I'm going to have Paul, you introduce the movie. Chad, you have the trailer, right? Chad?
I think Chad got bored and he left.
Oh, I guess we got to wait for Chad to come back.
Chad, where the fuck are you?
I'm here. What's going on?
Oh, hey, can we play? Do you have the trailer for the Horde?
I do.
Can we play? So I'm going to have Paul Actually, let's let Vernon introduce it since Paul has been talking. Vernon, you introduce the film for us. We're going to play the trailer. You guys hang on. Then when we come back, I've got like 15 requests saying that Paul. Oh, they think both of you guys should take off your shirts.
I mean, we have the horniest viewers and fans. You wait till the email I get after this. You're gonna drop dead when you're here.
All right, so hold on. Go ahead, Vernon. You introduce it, and Chad, you play it for us.
Roger.
We'd like to present one of the best films of the last 10 years. It's called The Horde, and it stars my good friend Paul, who's sitting opposite me in the other corner. Hey, what I'm pissed off about is your photo's bigger than mine, you little shit, by the way.
No, I got a little one on the bottom here.
Oh, yeah. Ha, ha, ha. I got news for you. You've got the other half of the screen, you. Anyway, we'd like you to watch
the same song.
Yeah, when you see it on Roku TV, it'll be equal screen.
Oh, fine.
Here's the everybody.
Roll it.
Where are you headed to? Heading up to Sapphire Lake. Ah, good hunting and fishing. What are you doing up there? It's a nature photography trip. You don't really look like the nature photography type. I'm just tagging along on this one.
You're a Marine, right?
SEAL.
Charlie?
Get you out of here, right? Now, this is gonna hurt you a lot more than it's ever gonna hurt me.
I want you to go out there and find our new friend. What's so funny?
The fact that you actually think that you're hurting him.
Welcome to our woods.
Woo, that looks good.
All I can say is this film, you're not going to have a minute to breathe.
The hunt is on.
It
I
just
love it, and I
goes.
love the fact that you didn't make your creepy people look exactly like either The Hills Have Eyes or Wrong Turn. They look totally like different, because that's one thing I also don't like when everybody makes their ugly people look exactly the same. So I think that's like really cool. And I don't know though, Vernon, are you in that trailer? Like, I don't know if I saw you in the trailer. It went too fast for me.
Yeah, I'm the one that's saying this is going to hurt you
more.
A hell of a lot more than it's going to hurt me.
Okay.
Oh, I love that line. I think that's fantastic. So first of all, how do people? I know it's on iTunes. Like, how does everybody see this film?
It's the best way. I mean, it's everywhere. It's iTunes. You have Amazon. You've got Google Play, Microsoft DirecTV. The best way to do it is to go to thehordemovie.com. HORDE. Thehordemovie.com. And there's a whole laundry list of everywhere it's playing, so you can see it. You know, which cable company, or if you can watch it on iTunes, but the list is there. There's probably like 50, 60, 70 places that you can watch it. So they're all live right now. So that's the best way to figure out what you want to do. If you have DirecTV or if you have iTunes, go there and pick the one you want.
Folks out there listening, please do not email me and ask me, Ron, what theater is it playing in? Okay? You got to listen, folks. Movies don't go to theaters anymore. Soon theaters will all be supermarkets. Nobody wants to go to theaters because they have bed bugs, they have lice, they have ringworm,
and they have 70-inch TVs,
and they have criminals that rob you in the theater, and you have to freeze your ass off because half of these jerks in the Northeast don't put heat on. They're cheap. So you sit in the luxury of your home, and you go to all the places that Paul just told you, and you sit there and you enjoy this film as it scares the shit out of you. Just turn the lights out and carry a gun.
There you go. You got to love it. So also, you guys, both of these guys are on Twitter. I believe that Paul is Real Paul Logan on Twitter, so you can follow him. And Vernon, you're at the Vernon Wells, Vernon G. Wells, right? The Vernon G. Wells?
Yes, sir.
And anytime you guys have, like when you're doing promotions for any films and stuff, if you add me at Dr. Jimmy Star at the end, because I got over 1 million followers, I'll retweet everything. So,
right.
So make
Paul, send me the trailer to Ron Russell's show.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
Send it to me, and I'll post it on my page.
Thank you so much.
I don't tell them out because I'm not a bragger like this fuck is, but
No, but honestly, thank you so much because, like you said, this isn't going to theaters, and
it's not going to theaters, folks.
Yeah, we're relying on a lot of word of mouth for this, and we've gotten so many great reviews in the film, and it is going out there virally. So I really appreciate you guys getting it out there. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Very dear friend of the film that is exactly how you're presenting yours and doing yours, and he just won the Fred Astaire Award for his movie.
For best choreography, the dance film.
He is
actually, he might know him because you were in soap operas.
Yeah, you know Michael.
You were in Days of Our Lives, right? Do you know Michael Damian?
It's Michael.
He's from Young and the Restless, actually, but anyway.
Yeah, I do know him. I never worked with him, but I think we did maybe I did a lot of those soap conventions, signing things. Even years after I was on Days, I did some of those. So yeah, I know who you're talking about.
It's Michael's movie, and it is fucking fabulous. If I tell you, and I did the red carpet. We did all the interviews of the stars that went on, and we had a blast. And he's doing it exactly as you are, and his movie now is making money like
it's #1 in dramas on iTunes.
It's flying all over. So keep doing what you're doing. It's the media today. The old-fashioned way is gone. We don't do trailers anymore. They really don't sell anything. The trailers really don't. People, they just want to click, and there it is.
So hold on. I want to go back to Vernon for a minute. We'll give all the before we end in a few minutes. We'll give all the information on the movie again, so everybody gets it. But so Vernon, because you basically are like an action hero star person. You were in Commando, which is a fucking great movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I love Dan Hedaya. He's fantastic. You got the Mad Max 2, which I don't even know the name of your character, even though I got look at the dog. I got the autographed picture. So how do you like being like an action star, and how has it changed now? Because you've basically worked pretty steady since for 40 years. You're working really steadily. Because the movie industry has changed a lot from when you first started into the way things are now.
Yeah, it's you know what, it's interesting because when I first started out, the first movie I ever did was Road Warrior, and from that I kind of got typed into being what I was, and also it became this cult movie which totally stunned the hell out of me. Then I came to the States. I did Weird Science, and from Weird Science I got asked to do Commando. I did Commando, then I did Inner Space. So I did all these major movies, one after the other, that were all villains. And that's where I was. And I love playing the villain roles, don't get me wrong, because there's no rules to a villain. It's like you get out there, as Paul knows, you get out there and you come up with a scenario of what the character is, where the character's going, and you do it, and you make it as real as possible. The other thing is, I've noticed lately that I'm getting more and more cast into playing the good guy. I've just finished doing a big promo for a film that's being shot in Australia next year, and I play a father with a 17-year-old daughter who's running away from aliens.
Well, that's for me.
He likes alien movies.
Oh, that's for me. I'll definitely can't wait to see that one.
It's going to be a hell of a good movie. And
alien, so I like seeing my relatives.
Yeah, I'm getting all these really amazing roles coming along that are either good guys or bad guys. And I don't mind either side of I just love working. And I love working with people I like. And Paul's one of my favorite people to work with. I just adore him.
There you go. That's awesome.
And I've actually got him slated to do the lead in a film I'm directing. So
there you go.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah,
you'll see him without his shirt on a lot.
Listen, Hollywood has now finally let out diversity. Now you have to hire in every film an elderly person. I'm 76. They're going to hire me all over the place because nobody 76 can talk, walk, or breathe.
They also did an article. 70 is the new 40.
70 is the new 40.
70 is the new
they're
40.
Looking for dads and mature men. They're
grandfathers.
So the work you're going to get is unbelievable.
And they want like attractive ones, so you guys will do well.
Yeah, I mean, I made a movie called Croaker. I should have croaked when I made the movie. It was a dogs. But anyway, I played a cop, a tough cop from Brooklyn, which I do well. And where am I going with this? What's
I don't know.
The point? I forgot where I'm going.
Something about being old. It was a terrible. Yeah. But well, it could
about being old, and there's a place for every. It's a character for every movie that is in a different age.
There you go.
So we're going to be sailing. I mean, I'm much older than you are, so I could play your father.
Thank you.
Well, one thing.
Which one of us, Paul or me?
Both of you. I could play like you're twins.
How cool is that though? That Mad Max is your first film. I mean, the rest of us are in some bullshit crap that nobody ever sees for our first film that we're totally embarrassed about. And you get in one of the biggest movies and have become one of the most iconic characters ever in your very first film. I want to smack you.
Jimmy, what are you talking about? That film was a major film.
I know.
That had my love in it. What's her name?
No, Tina Turner's in the third one.
Oh,
she's in the third one.
I love Tina. Tina Turner's my one of my sweetest, dearest loves in my life is Tina Turner. But okay. All the Maxes are great. I mean, you could put a dead body in Max and make it move like a puppet, and you got an Academy Award winner.
I know. So since you were in the original Mad Maxes, what did you think of the new Mad Max with Charlize Theron?
Loved it.
I loved it.
I love her.
I loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. I was actually very fortunate. I got asked to go to Japan for the opening and George Miller was there, so I got to be with George again.
Wow.
And saw it over there.
That's awesome.
Did you meet Charlize? Did you meet Charlize at the opening?
No, she wasn't there.
That's a bitch. She's so gorgeous. She's probably the most beautiful. I love her face. I love her. She's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning.
You gotta
I mean, so beautiful. I've never met her. I met them all in Hollywood. I have to meet her, and I have to meet the other one.
Who's the other one?
The tall job that just had the nose job that ruined her face.
Oh, Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. What did she go and change her nose for? She looks so bad with the new nose. You see her nostrils, you look up, you see her sinuses.
Okay, so who's
terrible.
Who's the one person, if you could work with anyone, and don't say each other to flatter each other, just in general, because I just like to ask this of all the stars who come on. If you could make any movie that's ever been made, what movie would you have liked to have been in? And then the second part to the question is, any movie that's already been made, if you could have played one of those characters, what movie would it be? And then the second one is, who's an actor, actress, that would be the dream person that you'd like to act against or act opposite of? And you go first, Vernon. You go first, Vernon.
Oh, I would love to play the captain of the Nautilus in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and work with that original cast because I think they're just amazing.
Perfect. My God, what casting. Hey, Hollywood or anybody out there listening, if you're doing Captain Nemo, we got him. He's right here.
Okay.
Boy, would he be a
and he said he would work with the original cast. Give us somebody else who's also somebody from now that you would like to work with.
Somebody from now that I would like to work with? That's one of those questions that you look at. It's funny because I wouldn't mind working with Sly Stallone, to be honest.
Good one. I like that one. All right, Paul, your turn. You're up.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm a huge Batman freak. So the role that I would want to play is either obviously Bale's role in the Nolan trilogy, or take over for Ben in the Batman v Superman. And the funny thing is, Vern just stole mine. I'm a huge Stallone fan, been since I was a little kid. I mean, the reason I started working out with weights was because I was the skinny kid growing up. I graduated high school, 6 foot, 145 pounds. I was a rake. I went to college, put Sly's poster on the dorm room door where he's, from Rambo. He was all jacked up. I'm like, I want to look like that. And it's so funny. I've met so many people and worked with so many people in Hollywood, but I've never met Sly or worked with him. So I would love to do like an Expendables with him or another film with him, or just to meet him, just to say thank you. He's been such an influence on me and my work ethic and my life, and just to say thank you to the man for inspiring me. So hopefully I can inspire others.
Let me tell you my Sly story. My very good friend Barbara Lux was an interior designer, and she was doing a doctor's house in Beverly Hills, where Sly lived the next house down, a little bit down the hill. So I go up with Barbara. She wants to show me the work that she's doing in the bathroom, and there's Sylvester Stallone sitting on the porch with a rifle, and he's shooting the rifle. So I said, Bob, he's probably going to shoot me, but I don't give a shit. I have to know why this mental case is out there with a rifle and what he's shooting. So I had the balls to walk across the broken fields. I said, excuse me, don't shoot me. I'm not an enemy. So he starts to laugh. I said, Sylvester, what in the hell are you shooting? Well, the language I can't really use. It's a little bit much more than we use on the show. But he said, the MFer that's knocking his house apart has made all the rats in the hill break loose. Them fuckers are coming down here all over my fucking house.
You put M fuckers instead of like
it doesn't disrespect the mother part. Anyway,
no one will ever know.
I went hysterical. I said, Sylvester, there's another way. You can hire somebody to do it. He said, fuck no. Look at the fun I'm having. Boom, boom. So I went up back to Barbara, and I told Barbara the mentally ill person is shooting the rats. Now I'm at Shelley Winter's 85th birthday party, and who's there but Sylvester Stallone's mom and his brother. And I'm with Jane Russell, the movie actress. So I bring Jane Russell over to meet his mother. I forgot what her name was. Oh, it slips my mind. And I said to her, you like to marry Italians? She said, no, I don't. I only fuck Italians. She said, that's what she said. I love it. The mother's crazier than him. They're all crazy, you know. And the brother was there, like from Brooklyn. Yeah, trying to be like, Marlon Brando. So Jane Russell, who can't hear too well, she's 89 years old, said, what did she say? And mother turned around and she said, honey, you heard what I said. Honey, fuck them. So Janie, who's a born-again Christian, took 3 steps back. And I said, well, that family's a little weird. Jane said, oh, no, they're not. They're actors.
So we had Antonio Sabato on the show one
Love him.
time.
Fabulous
and,
guy.
He's a huge Batman fan, and he called from his office, and everything
Batman
in the office is Batman, like memorabilia and everything.
I have a room here in the house. One of the bedrooms is my office, and literally wall to wall with just 90% Batman stuff and just superhero memorabilia.
Do you guys?
So, yeah,
I have that too. So do either one of you guys have an action figure yet?
Yes, I have 2.
Do you really? For which movies?
Well, I have one from that television show that you like so much.
What was
the kids show?
Oh, Power Rangers. Okay.
Yeah, I have an action figure from that. And I have the Mad Max action figure from Road Warrior.
Oh, I have to get that. Okay, I like that. And Paul, do you have an action figure yet, or you're not yet, and you're about to?
I don't. I'm going to kind of make my own. I'm going to take, one and just make like a John Crenshaw figure for the movie.
you can go.
Get like a head that looks like me, put it on, dress them up, paint them up a little bit.
Do that on eBay. They make like custom like figures for you. It's not that special. So I think
Paul, I don't think you're going to have to do that. I'm pretty good witch. I come from an Italian family that goes way back, and we have psychic abilities that most don't have. And ever since I've seen you on my Facebook page, and now more so, I really feel that there's going to be big shit for you. You're not going to be where you are now. Give yourself a couple of years. You're going to be up there with the biggies, and you're going to be a superhero.
You're already getting
and when you are, thank me on my Facebook page.
That's why I did this film also, is to kind of showcase what I can do acting-wise, action-wise, and with a film that I didn't have to make excuses for, which is somebody else's film. It was their animal. This was something that I can control to whatever extent I could. All the action, the story, the dialogue, and the amazing actors like Vernon that we hired to give the good guy the bad guys to fight against, because your good guy is only as strong as the bad guy he's going up against. And
Absolutely.
Vernon and Costas and Maddie, they all brought it. And without them, this movie wouldn't have been anywhere near as good. So thank you, Vernon, and everyone else who came on to make this project as good as it is.
I went online because I do this with every guest that comes on, just to see like what's going on and what people are saying about films and stuff. And really, for you, Paul, they really gave a lot of compliments of like a lot of comparisons to like John Cena, The Rock. I saw a lot of people talking about you in that same respect to it. And, that's a lot different because those people were famous already before they started making films. They didn't have to actually make it by making films, which is totally different.
But he's on the Sylvester Stallone type.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's got the body. He's got the roughness. He's got the gravelly voice, which is very attractive.
I know. I'm saying, though, that he's being compared to the biggest stars, or like really big stars already. And
I agree with you when you have full control of a film. Because I've seen films get destroyed because of assholes that came on the set, like producers, who decided to tell the directors and the writers what should be. Fuck you.
Laughing.
Well, it's true. Let me take you back to. I'm taking you back to 1959. I was 19 years old, and I was an extra on the movie That Kind of Woman with Tab Hunter and Sophia Loren. I played a soldier. And I remember overhearing Sophia, because I speak Italian fluently, and she didn't have very good English at the time. She spoke always Italian on the set, had a translator. I heard her complain and say, "What the hell did they give me? He's a boy. Look at him. I'm a woman. And I'm making love with the boy, and I'm leaving this rich man for this young boy." And then I heard her also said, "And he's a finocchio," which means fag. So I didn't say it. Well, Tab Hunter's my good friend. Tab and I are buddies, and he's openly gay. What is that?
That's Vernon.
Oh, in Max?
Yeah.
I remember that.
He's so badass.
So I remember hearing that she was furious that he was such a young boy and that he was gay. So people have to really discuss a film before they even go into it. And make certain that everybody's comfortable. I mean, George Sanders was in it, and he's a character actor for 100 years, one of the best. Barbara, the sexy blonde, what the hell was her name? Barbara, whatever. So it had a good cast. But Tab Hunter was not casted correctly. And if you see the film today, outside of my magnificence and my performance that should have gotten an Oscar, when I walked across, I walked across Grand Central Station with 300 people, and I stood out. I stood out, and people were going, "Oh my God, look at Ron Russell, he's wonderful." And then I went up an escalator.
What? Wait, hang on, real quick, Paul. When were you on Days of Our Lives? Somebody's saying they don't remember you. It says she's been watching it since a little girl. Who was your character?
I was on from. My character was Glenn River. There was a whole baby switch thing. My characters was a guy just trying to go back to get his son, and Bo and Hope had my son JT. I was on from 2000 to the end of 2002.
That's a long time.
Pretty much 3 years. Go ahead.
You were so skinny. Maybe she didn't recognize you skinny.
I was about 10 pounds lighter than I am now. I'm 200 pounds right now, so I wasn't that.
Said before you saw the poster on the door, you were 140 pounds.
Oh yeah, I was 17 years old. I've been doing martial arts since I was 13.
Right.
When I was a skinny kid, when I was 17, graduated high school, went to college, and wanted to change it and joined a gym, became a pest. I would see these guys who were big. I'm like, "Oh, what do you do for chest? What do you do for this?" And slowly and surely, just kind of put muscle on, and never wanted to cheat and do steroids or any of that crap because it wasn't me. And
makes your penis shrink.
No, I lifted weights for years, and I developed the body I have now, which is outrageously big. It's just on film. Somehow film shrinks people. And I don't have the biceps. In person, if I take off my clothes in person, I look like Popeye.
Yeah.
I am so magnificently built. I mean, like a brick shit house.
Yes, I gotta say.
Awesome.
All right, so here's what we gotta do, you guys. We gotta I want to get out all some information. So first of all, you guys, if you want to follow Vernon Wells on Twitter, it's the Vernon Wells. If you want to follow Paul, it's Real Paul Logan on Twitter. The name of the movie is The Horde. You can get it everywhere.
Not in theaters.
Not in theaters.
So don't bust my chops.
But you go to the Horde movie. Is it thehordemovie.com?
Yes.
Horde movie. Write that. Memorize
that. The Horde movie has a Twitter, which is at the Horde. Is it at the Horde movie? Do you know?
Yeah, at the Horde movie.
Follow them on Twitter too. They're really cool. And
before we go, I have to do something for my girls out there.
They need him to lift his shirt up.
No, not even that. Listen, we have over 20. How many million followers?
4 million watches.
We have 4 million watches. So right now, your tits are going to be on 4 million people's eyeballs. Listen, I do this all the time. What do you look for in a girl? Blonde, brunette, stacked, short, tall, fat, good cook, who cares, as long as she's a good lay? What is it you're looking for in a girl? So the women out there will know when they see you what to do, besides throw their panties in your face.
Hair color really doesn't matter to me. My favorite body part of women, eyes. I love eyes. The shape, women's eyes just wreck me. Someone with great eyes, but I also like someone who takes care of themselves, a good body, someone who's toned. And also, all that's great, but if I can't talk to them and, have a conversation, if they're dumb as a box of rocks, that gets old real quick.
Right.
And someone that can put up with my New York sarcasm. I'm a New Yorker, born and raised, so sarcasm, is kind of bred into us.
I heard the accent. I love it.
I have a sarcastic, delivery in pretty much anything I do. So that's kind of, they have to be able to, deal with that with me and my Batman fetish.
How old are you, if you don't mind giving your age?
Oh, that's one of those trick questions there. 42.
42.
Yeah, see, I'm 51 again. Or 50 again. I've been 50 now for like 20 years, I
26.
think. How many years I've been?
26.
For 26 years, I've been 50. Works.
That's good.
Like, you could copy. No, only because I have a beautiful girl for you. She looks like between Michelle Pfeiffer and Lisa. Anyway, the Italian actress, whatever. It's my daughter, Leslie. Go on Facebook. Look for Leslie Sarego, Sarego.
She hates that when you try to
I
pimp
don't
her
give
out.
a shit. Time she gets married, she's 30-something. It's time she gets married. Green eyes, gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
She was first runner-up in Miss America Eastern Division. She was Power's most top model, most powerful model.
That was the year right after Halle Berry won it. Something.
Yeah. My daughter is gorgeous. Not to mention, she's Italian. She cooks. She loves. And
he can't eat.
No, but she cooks health food. You see that shit she cooks. It smells horrible. And herbs and what the fuck she's got going. Green things that
wait,
sort of
you got to ask Vernon, though. So before you got married,
No, we can't do that. Vernon's married. We can't do that. Vernon's finished.
We got to give him a question. He's not finished.
No, he's not going to get his wife will beat the shit out of you. Yeah, cool.
No, I don't think so.
we can ask you that question?
No.
Of course you can.
Okay, go ahead.
Your wife's not going to get pissed off?
No.
Yes.
Wait, he's going
basically, my wife is what I really. I'm like Paul. Intelligence is my big come on. I love being able to talk to women who have a brain, and they can talk back to you. And I like people, regardless, male or female. I like people that are driven. Like my wife has this amazing company worldwide now, all through her own efforts. So
teasing us with the company.
You want to give You want to give it a plug? Give it a website?
Oh, it's called Keystrokes. It's they do a lot of. It's all based on the internet, doing a lot of stuff for the entertainment industry and also for the government. We do stuff that I can't really talk about at times. But I like that. But as for women, my ideal woman is really simple. It's tall, blonde, large breasts, and is dumb. She can't say a word, so that it has to be yes. So,
To have sex 18 hours a day.
No, he you almost did the description perfect, Vernon. You screwed up on the description. It's tall, blonde, blue-eyed, big breast, tight pussy. You got to do that. Because all of that with the Valley of Death is no good. With the Valley of No Return, ain't no fun.
Grace?
Oh, Grace, come here.
Right,
Grace, they want you to come here. Quick.
Go out with these chicks with the Valley of No Return.
Grace, they want you to come here.
Hey, Grace, come on real quick. Come on, Grace. We want to see you, Grace. We're going to say hi. We're going to give your company a plug.
I'm here.
Apologize, Grace. Oh, wait, this jerk next to me.
Hey, Grace,
look at her. Grace,
how are you?
You look intelligent. She's beautiful and intelligent looking.
So, Grace, what's your website for your big company so we can let 4 million people know what your company is?
Oh, my gosh. Okay. It's Keystrokes. So you could go to www.keystrokes, keystrokes.bsc.com.
Perfect.
Do it again, honey, because we got stupid people out there.
Keystrokes.bsc.com.
Yes. www.keystrokesbsc.com.
There you go.
Now, what happens if we do that? Do we get, like, interrogated by the CIA or get blown up or something?
Of course, no. We do transcription, translation, and subtitling services. And now we're starting to do voiceovers, and that's what I'm running out there to figure out, get all that together right now.
Oh, cool. I have an audiobook company that we
bright.
do audiobooks for books and put them out. So, like, if you run across any, like, books that need to get done or any voiceover actors, we have a lot of that going on. Check it out. It's beaconaudiobooks.com.
And Beacon is really a strong one.
We're dope. Yeah, we're cool. All right.
I'm so sad.
So, it was very nice meeting you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You guys look very cute together.
She's very,
Oh, thank you.
She's very young. She's very young.
Yeah, well, she's younger than I am. I told you I married a baby. I didn't need another one.
That's what you had
That's
to
cool.
do.
She likes DILFs.
Yes.
Right.
Dude, that's awesome. Hey, well, you got to go for it, dude. Way to go. Congratulations. So all right, everybody. So we want everybody to check out The Horde.
Is that Paul?
Go to thehordemovie.com. That's Paul when he was on Days of Our Lives.
Wow, look at you. You're a baby on Daisy. You have blue eyes and black hair. Sexy, just like me. I have black,
Oh, wait. Okay,
black
hold on.
hair and
All right,
I have
everybody in
black
the
hair.
chat room, listen up. We're going to have Paul. He's going to lift his shirt up now. Lift it real hot. Cover your face real quick. Let's just see some abs. And then everybody will be digging it. There you go, everybody. Oh, yes, everybody. All right. Hey, Ginger, everybody that's in there.
Folks, this is an announcement. It's bullshit. That's not his body. They put his head on the fucking body. Put my head back on there, God damn it. Put my head back on my body.
Oh, look at the cute doggy. That is. What's the dog's name?
Bats was in the movie. It's my dog Bats. He was actually in the Horde. He had a cameo.
There you
He worked for Chicken.
That's awesome. So you guys, congratulations on the Horde. We want to thank you guys so much. You don't have to put it back on. You can leave it off. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Chat was having a nervous breakdown.
It's like they're shorting out their computers right now from the wetness.
No, vibrators are exploding
all over the world. They're laughing though. They're having a very good
dildos
time.
are melting. I mean, it's terrible.
All right.
It's all fake. I had an ice cube tray implanted. That's all.
All right. So
Paul,
Vernon,
you're terrific. Vernon, you're
we
a
want to
gentleman.
thank you both for coming on the
Thank
show.
you.
Guy.
Anytime you guys have anything to promote, we'd love to promote it. We love having you guys on.
Thank you so much.
Add us on Twitter. Tag me on the end of Twitter. I'll retweet it to everybody. We want to thank you guys for coming on the show. We hope the movie sells millions and millions of downloads, and good luck with the film.
I got news for you. It's a damn good movie, just from the trailer.
Oh, one thing.
Yes.
You were talking about your books. I might as well put a plug in. I do a lot of voiceover in case you're ever looking for someone.
There you go. Okay, I'll contact you. I've got your email now.
He does look for voiceover.
All right, you guys. So everybody go see The Horde. Vernon and Paul, we want to thank you for coming on the Jimmy Star Show. We also want to thank Clint Morris from October Coast and Publishing for setting this whole thing up. So thank you, Clint. And they're a great publicist. And you guys have a great weekend. Good luck on your new film, and good luck on The Horde, you guys. Thanks so much.
And Paul, I'll see you on my Facebook page.
Absolutely. Reach out. Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye, you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Good,
much appreciated.
Good show, boys. A good show. You'll see it on Roku TV in a couple of weeks.
Days.
Thanks.
Why?
Guys,
Who's
thank you.
They're editing that fast?
Yeah. All right, thanks so much. Wasn't that cool?
How about that?
I hope everybody in the chat room enjoyed that, and everybody
I enjoyed it. It was a funny show. I laughed.
It was very, very fun. So we got